Okay, hi chums, we are on wood turning today. I have to make 28 pens and there's the blanks for them. They're Barons and Sedonas. They have two different size blanks, brass tubes. And when you're making pens, one of the jobs you have to do is to sand the blanks, the brass tubes, so that there's a key. You can make a key for the glue. And already I want somebody to walk in and shoot me. This is one of the most soul-destroying jobs you will ever have to do in wood turning, because it is just mind-numbingly boring. So while I was doing this one day, I had a wee think to myself and thought, right, what can I do to make things better for myself? And I came up with this. Now, there's a couple of caveats here which are really, really important. First of all, this is a 2-inch sanding disc in a set of pin jaws, or whatever they are, long nose jaws. And if you're going to do this, don't use an interface pad to make it soft. It needs to be fairly firm so you can push the brass tube against it. The next part of the equation is an Allen key. And what I did with this was I just cut the end off slightly here. I just reduced it by half so it wasn't sticking out as far. It made it more comfortable to use. One of the most important parts of all is a really good glove, a good thick glove. Now you don't want something light and thin, you want something thick, because when these brass tubes start spinning, where are we at? I have to get into focus. When these brass tubes start spinning, I'm looking up at the camera here. That doesn't look sharp, but as soon as that starts spinning, it'll turn into a knife and it will open your skin really easily. How do I know? Because I've done it about 20 times. I'm a very slow learner. So a glove is imperative. Do not do this without a glove. That's the bottom line. Right, how do we do it? It's very simple. Using the bend the end down, we turn our lathe on first, let her get up to speed, then just slide the brass tube onto the Allen key, and then it's very simple. You can use your thumb for pressure here if you want to control the amount of pressure on it. If you just run it up the tube, up the thing, done, job done. Well, actually that's not a very good one because I'm kind of nervous doing this in the camera, believe it or not. I'll do another one. There's a thin tube. I'm in the wrong position as well, not my usual position. Right, we'll see. Done. Actually, it usually runs much more smoothly, I guess, than this, but I'm doing it in camera and I'm making a mess of it. Done. Just give it another touch. I can usually get them just done in one go, but I'm just kind of, as I say, it's on camera and making a mess of it. And you can see where it's still shiny if you need to go back over a piece again. So that's basically it. You just run them along, and that's an 80 grit wheel I'm using there, but it's an 80 grit that's being used, so it's not just as coarse. But I like to get a fairly coarse key on these because the glue does and take better. Since if you don't sand your tubes, you will get failures, especially with super glue. But I started using Tight Bond, whatever it is, the black stuff. I can't remember the name of it, polyurethane, and it's a great job. So this basically how long it takes to do a tube, a couple of seconds. It's actually not going very well here for me, believe it or not, because I'm in the wrong position. I'm trying to keep this in camera. I'm trying to keep my head out of the camera, so I'm not in the usual position for doing this. So it's actually taking a bit longer to do each one than normal, but as I say, I'm sure you've worked out by now how to do it. I keep my finger behind the tube just to control the spin and make sure it doesn't go too fast and miss parts out. And that's how long it takes to do a tube. Now, on pens, I took part in a challenge last year. It's Chad's charity challenge, and Chad is a guy, I'll put a link up on below there, put a link down, where I'm going to point below here, and I'll put a link down below for Chad's site. Last year he did Christmas ornaments, and he asked us all to get involved, and we made Christmas ornaments and snowmen. Some of you, my subs, might remember that. You've seen them before, you know. So Chad brought these to the hospital for sick children. It's a hospital in Florida, I think. But this year's challenge is one that we can all get involved in that have lathes anyway. It's a pen making challenge, and he wants us to make pens. Now, ideally, he wants us to make artist pencil type pens. I can't find the kits here because there's pencil kits, but there's no artist type kits, artist pencil type kits where you can put different coloured leads and stuff in, you know. But I'm going to make ordinary slimlines and stuff for the older kids, so they've got a pen, you know, and the younger ones can get the artisty ones off Chad. But it'll be something anyway. But if you don't mind, folks, get on to Chad's site and see what he's doing. He's a good guy. He's an artist, very good artist too. I made a huge mistake too. I went and looked at his Etsy site, and there was a really, really beautiful bowl that he had done with leaves done in pyrography. There's a really real autumn feel about it. And I looked at it and I looked at it, and I called my wife and I looked at it, and she said, well, if you want to buy it, buy it. And I thought, well, you know, the problem with the internet is if you buy everything you see, you're going to end up with a house full of stuff, you know. So I thought, I'll leave it for a couple of days and to think about it, and if I come back to it again, I'll buy it. Of course I came back 2 days later and it was gone, you know. So my mistake, but it was an absolutely beautiful bowl, you know. But you can see there, if I hold that up, you can see, I want to kind of get it real close. You can see it has been grooved. I'll just give it another wee touch there. But say Chad, he does good stuff. So if you're into pen making and you want to do a wee bit for the youngsters in the hospital, send Chad a message, and he'll send you all the details about his address and when to send the stuff. Now there's a time limit, folks. He wants to get the stuff into the hospital before December. He wants the stuff to arrive with him by latest the 1st of December, because the hospitals are very busy at Christmas time, and it's not just easy to go in and get stuff about, because they've got a lot of stuff on their plate too. So he needs to get into the time when it's not just as busy. So the start of December is the time he'd like to do this. So if you feel inclined to do so, and you've got a few pen kits lying about, well, sure, it doesn't take long to knock a few pens together and send them over to America. So as I say, I'll put a link on to Chad's site down below. This must be sponsor day today. I'm giving everybody plugs today, but you know, when people are being good to other people, like you have to let people know, you know. So that's it. So as you can see, I've done about 30 of those at the moment, just when I'm talking to you, and they're all doing the very best. So that's it, folks. Very simple thing, just an Allen key and an abrasive on a wee disc, and that's you away. And make sure you get the glove. The glove is essential. Okay, so I'll stop there. Look, I've only got those to do left out of 56 blanks. 56. There's one there done. That's what's left out of 56. So whatever I've done since I was talking to you, there's over 30 done. So there you are. Right. Okay, folks. Hope that's of use to you. All the best now. Bye bye.